Hey everybody, Reed here, walking around the farm again. I hope I'm able to keep the tripod kind of quiet because I live on a small island and you know what they don't have here? Lapel mics at the store. That's right, I'm working to get the audio better for you. I appreciate the feedback around that. And we just got to keep rolling anyway. There's going to be mistakes in the beginning, people. Which reminds me of I know I got 2 kids, that's pretty great being a papa. And one of the things I remember about my own youth was, well, playing and making mistakes. And the notion that there are lots of things that I liked as a kid that I sucked at, but it was just fun to do it anyway and be bad at it and do it again and again and again and again. Some of those things I never got great at. I mean, how many Michael Jordans are there playing basketball? Or, that gives you a bit of my age, but age is a good thing too, even though we get older at things. So here I am at my little farm, Orchestra Farm, out in Salt Spring Island, and I was very fortunate. I grew up in a home that had a garden my whole childhood. I'm not going to say that I was the most helpful kid out there, but I loved it. Eating the fresh food is always the best in my opinion. And I made this video yesterday, and I was sitting on a stack of hay bales, reminding myself of a trip I took with my mom to go visit my great-grandfather out in the north of France and south of Belgium. All these chicken eggs hiding up there. It was the most fun to go and climb up on that and just be playing in the world, seeing the farm life. I have a strong place in my heart for all that still, as you can somewhat tell, even though my farm by a comparison of things is crazy messy, because I kind of like the wild. And it doesn't appear to me like it's completely wild, because I see the human stamp upon it all, which is kind of a question mark of, can things still be wild while they're influenced by people, or do people innately change the wildness of things? I don't have a full answer for that, but my basic opinion is, if you choose not to be fully domesticated, then you can achieve a state of wild. And if you see my farm here, you can tell I'm doing my best not to take too much of the wild out of it, even though I do at times try to keep the weeds back. They beat me this year so far, and I'm not going to cry over them. What I'm going to do is remember that, hey, mistakes happen. You got to keep going. You got to keep trying things out. You got to keep playing. Even if you make a mistake, sometimes it doesn't have to be the end of the world. My girls are learning that right now, that we don't always just start off being the most amazing at every little thing that we do. It takes time and practice. I've heard some people say 10,000 hours. I've heard other people say a decade of doing stuff. Definitely know the idea of the overnight success, but they've been doing it for a decade. That is sort of a real thing. Anyway, I've been doing stuff like this, making different recordings for both a while, and now that I'm using this new tech, not very long, but I'm really liking the editing of this particular variation of things. And so, happy to be with you today and encouraging you to go ahead and play and make mistakes and keep having fun. And don't worry that it didn't turn out perfect the first time, or the second time, or the 100th time, or the 10,000th time, or a decade later. Maybe you die and you never get it right. Frankly, it's better to have tried it out and done something than to just kill yourself with analysis, procrastination, or a toolbox fallacy, like you just don't got the perfect thing. If you look back on my channel here, you're going to see some craptacular videos, people. You should do that while you're liking and subscribing and commenting. Like maybe you heard the tripod there make some crazy sound. It's possible. Maybe if I turn it around, here, forgive me for a second. Maybe the microphone's facing me now, and it's actually a better sound quality. I'm still getting used to this new thing. It's hilarious. I feel like I'm still getting used to being on Earth. It takes a lot to be here. I mean, so many lessons to be learned, and most of the time you don't learn half the stuff or less that you need to know while you're in school, because school is not necessarily trying to get you to be the best person you can be. They just want another factory worker who will go along with whatever they ask and do whatever they say, no matter if it's morally or ethically correct. sometimes you got to make up all that stuff for yourself, because even the churches and whatever those organizations of religiosity out there don't necessarily hold firm moral ground in my book. But regardless of that, I think every person has a heart, and if you can listen to your heart, and if you can listen to nature, because I think that we're also an intrinsic part of this earth. Everyone in my mind is indigenous unless you're born on some other planet or moon. So take time, breathe in, recognize where your breath's coming from, recognize there's a bit of play there. I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna smell up on these blueberries. Man, my breath came a little bit more from the blueberries, or it came from those thistles that are over there. Dang, those thistle flowers are gorgeous. Anybody else seeing that? Whoa, that's amazing. Like, I'm just truly in awe. And the awe of childhood is something that's available for you at any time in your life. Part of what I want to basically just tell you and remind you today is that you can live in that childhood awe and that childhood play at any point in your life. And I think a lot of people just want to grow up and become adults and do whatever the things are and forget how much fun it is to exist here and to really be in awe of the marvel of life that's all around us. With that, Reed Richard here, conductor at Orchestra Farm, wishing you a great, beautiful day, even if your sky is clouded over with smoke coming in from all the fires burning up on our planet. Yeah, climate change. Someday we'll possibly, hopefully, figure out how to live on the planet in a way that acknowledges all the factors of force that are taking place and live in a better form of a right relation. Till then, and beyond then, have too much fun. Aloha. Where's the little button? Hey, where'd it go?